It will, because I mean I've got a diesel car. Well, my wife has actually, and yeah, it's tax on everything there, isn't it? That's the point.
Well, in a way, I think it'd be good, but then saying that, some people, it's like a living, isn't it, to some people, like van drivers and all that. And I don't think it'd be fair on them or the people who run them.
Well, it will affect my husband because he's got a diesel and he loves it. So as I said, I don't know whether it'll make up any much difference, because even if we do it in this country, there's other countries that don't.
It affects me, but I just don't think it's right. Why to just tax them more? I thought diesel was supposed to be the safe option from petrol, and now they're taxing that. I just think it's just money. That's just, it's always the case with the government, just making. It's like they just make things up.
No, it doesn't affect me one little bit. It affects my kids, but my daughter and my son.
Well, it doesn't affect me personally, but I guess it will affect deliveries and things like that. I mean, you've got to have diesel vans and lorries, haven't you, at the moment? I see Tesla have brought out an electric powered lorry, which is promising.
Well, it is a surprise actually that he didn't put up the fuel duty on diesel. So 37 million motorists in this country, drivers in this country, I think will be pleased, because any increase in fuel duty would severely affect the economy, affect jobs, affect GDP, etc. So we're very, very pleased. We've done a huge amount of lobbying in the last few weeks to try and stop him putting it up. And I've got to say thank you to our campaigning support team and the 1.5 million supporters, as I said, for helping the Chancellor actually listen.
And in terms of diesel cars, they're being taxed more?
No, they're not being taxed more. The new diesels, if you buy a new diesel, the VED rate is going to go up. Which again is a bit confusing, because they're taxing cleaner cars. If you buy a new diesel, it's what's called a Euro 6 classification, and they are clean. And so he's taxing those. Now, it's only going to go up 20 or 30 pounds anyway on the smaller family car type sizes. If you're buying a big Grand Cherokee Jeep or something like that as a diesel, you have to pay £400 or £500 more. But then you can afford to pay for that sort of car, so you won't be hit hard on it. It's an interesting thing. It's a small penalty diesel potential diesel new car owners will have to pay, but we're just delighted that fuel duty didn't go up, and that's the most important one.
And in terms of the tax that new diesel cars potentially might have to pay, do you think it is fair that people have to be taxed on diesel cars when they were told originally that they were cleaner? Well,
you've got it spot. You've hit the nail right on the head. In year 2000, Tony Blair and Gordon Brown said, let's all jump into diesel because it lowers CO2 and you get better miles per gallon. So everything was energy efficient. But now we learned that they actually hid some information from all of us, that they knew then that the diesel cars increase NOx, nitrogen oxides, and diesel particulates. And they didn't tell us. And you cannot blame innocent diesel drivers, hard-working drivers, low-income families, small businesses, that they move to diesel. And something like 60% of the cars in this country are diesel.
And in terms of electric cars, we hear a lot about them. Do you think they're a realistic alternative to polluting cars?
Well, obviously they are, but the school is out, or the jury's out, whatever way you want to put it, on actually how green is an electric car, because the batteries involved in, there's a huge amount of batteries. The cost of making those batteries is actually environmentally damaging. And when the cars goes away, what do you do with those batteries? We're pro technology change, and it's going to happen. And the government are trying to ban diesel sales and eventually petrol car sales completely, all carbon-based fuel vehicles. But really what we need to do is let technology evolve. There's hydrogen cells, and we also have other solutions.